It's time once again for the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament, where we are going back to the Renaissance, peaceful Renaissance, although there is war and fighting. Not sure why it's called PAX, but maybe it's because PAX means peace, right? But that's where we are. Things can be peaceful. I guess you have the option for peace. Maybe that's why. But a lot of the actions in the game are violent. Though I suppose the players themselves aren't directly involved in the violence, and the characters that they're taking banks are not directly involved in the violence, but they do like promote the violence with their coins, their florins. I thought it'd be nice to kind of like focus ourselves to start off this video to just look at the victory conditions, because that's easy to forget in a lot of games, and in this one right now there's no chance of anyone winning until comet cards come up. No one can win. But let's go through there's 5 different ways you can win. Let's go over those 5 different ways and see how people are doing. Okay, so the first one is the Imperial victory. To win, you must have at least 2 more king cards than your opponents. Okay, so let's go down the line. That one's pretty simple. So that's Tater as in Tot at the top there. She has 2 king cards. Hare Bear has 2 king cards. Stubby has no king cards. And Sid has 1 king card. So right now she's doing the best. If she gets 1 more, then she could take that victory. Okay, next one is going to be Renaissance victory. You have to have more republics than your opponents and 2 more law than your opponents. No one has any republics, so we're not going to concern ourselves with that. In terms of law prestige, let's see. Tater, remember, she gets a bonus one because of her career in the past. She's underneath these cards. I don't know if you know that, but she's got 2 law prestige. Hare Bear has 1. Stubby has none. And Sid has 1. So right now, Tater is the closest to that, but she doesn't have it yet. No one, so far, no one can be victorious, right? No matter what, the comets or anything else. Okay, then we have the globalization. You have to have more boat prestige, discovery prestige, and 2 more concessions than your opponent. So let's look at let's count concessions on the map. We have 3 for Hare Bear, 3 for Tater, so no one, and 3 for Sid. So they're all tied. So no one has 2 more than anyone else. And then if we look at their discovery prestige here, looks like Sid has 0, Stubby has 0, Hare Bear has 0, and then Tater as in Tot has 1, right? Which is a little loopy right there. Okay, so that's that one. No one has that one either. Then we have the East-West Schism. On the other side is the Holy Victory. Okay, so here we have to deal with religious supremacy. Currently, we have you have to have the most prestige in the supreme religion, and I think that's it. Yeah. So we do need to look at the map, though. So religious supremacy is gotten by having the most pieces in theocracies, which there are 2. I think this is a theocracy, the Mamluk card. I'll examine the back of it. Yeah, I think that's a theocracy. It can become a Christian theocracy as well, a Catholic theocracy. But so right now, the Muslims, they have the most on the map in theocracies, so they have that. But you also have to have a black bishop. So if someone gets that, let's look at who has the most Muslim prestige in Islam. I don't know how, because Muslim refers to the person. Islamic prestige. Okay, so 1 for Sid, it looks like. Stubby has 0. He has some in Catholicism, though, so if the Catholics do better, he could get it there. So Sid would win that if she can get a black bishop down. All right, so she's close on that. Then there's one final way. If the game just ends and no one has won, and the game ends when either of these decks is out, I think. It might be both. It's both or either, I forget. Then it's based on patron points. Oh, and I forgot. I think Sid No, Stubby, he has a discovery prestige as well. So he and Tater are tied for that one. So let's see. Who has patrons? Let's take a look. Tater has none. Hare Bear has 1. Stubby has 0. And Sid has 0. So if the game just ends, which it won't for a while, we haven't even seen any comet cards, and the decks are fairly thick yet, then Hare Bear would win. So that just gives us an idea, like what can people go for, what should they go for, and how are they doing. So far, no one's really like set up to win yet. But some people are closer. It seems like the religious victory might be the easiest one if the comet card comes up, because it's not hard to put down a bishop. Although even right here, if you look at our market, you have these cards here, which are great for the religious victory. So that might be something Sid might want to pursue. All right, so let's move on with playing. We're going to go over to Hare Bear's turn, and once again, I have not looked at what's going on since last time, so sorry. Okay, she was going to do her big trade shift, right? Which also gives her more discovery prestige. Yeah, she seems like she's setting up to either do the discovery. What's the other thing you need to do for? Oh, you have to have concessions. Okay, so she could go for discovery or the Renaissance. Those are kind of the ones that seem best for her. Okay, and she also has these Janissaries. What was she going to do with these 2 cards? She definitely wants to do the trade shift, which would help her out a little bit. I mean, it would let her circumvent for the trade fairs over here. It would start here, and so she would for sure get one every time, and it would take a lot away from Hare Bear. And then the Janissaries, I think she was going to use this to get a place in the east. She could get Hungary with this, or I think that's it. So I think that's what she'll do. She doesn't have a lot of coinage anyway. So she'll go ahead and throw down a trade shift. Oh yeah, that's right. She was going to do this last time, but she didn't have a coin to get the concession down. So she'll play this. We'll do the event. That'll shift this over here, which kills this guy, I think is what we figured out. It would repress him if the Empire card was in play, but I don't think it is. Byzantium, no. All right, and then does that have any other effects? Oh yeah. Oh, it'd be nice if she had 2 coins. No, that's fine. So she will repress this into England, whereas England is in someone's tableau. That is in Sid's tableau, and it was Sid's cube. She'll get her own cube down. Just to pay a coin. And then, yeah, that's great. So she'll get 2 on the Western Trade Fair. 3 if she's the one who picks it. Okay, and then secondly, she's going to go ahead and take over Hungary. By playing these Janissaries, that's going to put down 2 Black Knights. And 2. Also going to have to go over here. Her tableau is getting very large. And I think she'll just have... Does she want to kill it with the concession there? I think she'll kill it with the concession because that concession is kind of useless. Well, no, but it gives her more concessions. So I think she'll kill it with the knight. Nope, she doesn't want anyone to take Hungary from her. She'll kill it with the concession and then put down the 2 knights. And then that's going to give her Hungary. Who had Hungary? Hare Bear did. All right, so that was a good move, a good turn for her. She now would win if the game just ends. She now has the most explorers discovery prestige, and she now has 3 kings, which she has the vote ability, so she could start turning them into republics and maybe go towards that. But enough about Tater. She's great. I mean, could go on and on about Tater. Let's talk about Hare Bear. Hare Bear, who just lost what he had gained with Vlad the Impaler last time on the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament. He's got a lot of money. He has the Papal States. The Papal States are kind of stuck right now. They are not going to be able to get more knights through the trade fair. There's another way to do that, though, and that's with tax. So he could start taxing Sid in order to get a knight back in the Papal States. That might be something to look at. He doesn't have the tax ability yet. He would also like to get a white bishop. Here we go. This card right here. It has both the things we're kind of talking about. It has the tax ability and it has a white bishop, because then he can send his white bishop around and start beheading other people's cards. So he'll go ahead and buy that. Pick it up. And we'll go ahead and play it. When you do a game like this Solitaire, especially when you're doing it all live and time seems to matter, you kind of got to go a little fast and loose. You can't overthink it too much. It's okay if you play suboptimally. You're always going to do that anyway, so you might as well just go with it and flow on. All right, now we go over to Stubby. Stubby has a card in hand. I think it wasn't very impressive. It's the Dervishes. Now, the Dervishes actually help Sid because it puts a black bishop down, and being able to tax anywhere in the east. I don't know if that really excites Stubby too much. Though actually, by playing this, he would equal her in prestige. He could also just really try to build up his credibility with Islam by getting one of these cards as well. Since he doesn't have a lot going for him, that might not be bad. He's got to be watching his money though. He only has $2. Though his Eastern commerce is looking pretty good. So he can get money back that way. So maybe what he wants to do is go ahead and pick up this card and then commerce it back. Commerce the money back. Not directly, but just go ahead and get some money back so he can act next turn rather than play that card right away. Either card. So next turn he's going to have to play a card, but then he has some money to play with. Onward now. We go to Sid. Sid, who has the Ottomans. I never figured out what happened if I forgot to put a concession down. That could have happened in the first video. I don't know. And that's okay. It's okay if we miss things like that. We just move on with the assurance that the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament is not there. Alright, so Sid's got a card. I love it when they have a card, and I haven't played since yesterday. I don't remember what the card is, so it's like this little present. It's like, oh, yesterday Joe left this for you. Alright, she's got the Black Army. Okay, so she could be going for Hungary too, except she doesn't have anything to really help her out there. Now, does she want to try to contend for Islamic prestige, or does she want to go a different route? She also has Catholic prestige. She's kind of split with a bunch of things, but she has the Ottoman Empire, which is a potent force. Let's look at what other cards she can take, because she can take unlimited cards in her hand, so she could just be building up. I mean, as long as she has Gutenberg. I guess that's the printing press lets him do that. Alright, so she's looking at, we've got the Handsome. See, most of her ops are in the western side, but the eastern side has that prestige she might want. Yeah, and if she gets this card, that will set her up for the victory right now, because she can't see into Stubby's hand, and I didn't remember what was in his hand, so I doubt she does. All right, so we'll go ahead and pick up the Handsome. She doesn't have to play it yet. The comet card's not down yet anyway. And the jihad in Hungary isn't super exciting to her. It would let her siege in Hungary though, so she might be able to take Hungary back from Tater as Tot, who just snatched it from her, correct? Or did... No, she took it from Hare Bear. Let's go ahead and do that. Keep this, and then this peasant revolt in Portugal. I think she might want to try to take that card because she... Oh no, Tater has Portugal, not her. But it does add commerce to her western side, which would be good. So I think she'll go ahead and take that one. Get a coin back. Just kind of fill her hand up because she can, and then she's just got lots of options, right? She can just be like, boom, 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 boom. You don't know I have this. I've got 3 cards in my hand. You don't have 3 cards. The problem is Gutenberg is also... Well, you know, this game, bishop travel between things is different, right? Yeah, so it doesn't matter, actually. They don't travel like they do in Pax Pamir, which is kind of interesting. It's just based on printed location. The Grim, the Hanseatic League. Right back around to Tater as in Tot. Tater, Tater, Tater. Tater, you have no money. Tater, you probably want to do a trade fair, or else you could do some actions. Nice thing about the trade fair is it would get you a knight in France, but you don't control France, so never mind. It would give you something in the Holy Roman Empire. Do you have that? Yes, you do. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a trade fair then. So we will add 2 coins. If you can meet me in the hallway. And then starting the Spice Islands. Okay, Tater's going to get 3. Sid's going to get 1. And then we'll put down some pieces. Starting with London gets a rook. France, she'll give France a rook. She doesn't know she's going to give France. And then the Holy Roman Empire, she'll give it a red knight. Okay, great. Now you have some money, Tater. What do you want to do with it? The Flanders Guild is there in France, and that's what you want to get. So you're going to do it. You probably should have done that first, because you could have taken France. Oh, well, you didn't. Sorry for you. All right, Flanders Guild. We're going to go ahead and plop it down. Stretch these across here. So there's a peasant revolt on that. We're not going to do it because it just wouldn't be enough to take France. But what it will do is let her repress this cube. Yeah, I kind of should go back and have her do it this the other way. No, we're not going to. We're going to keep going forward. If she had done this the other way, she would have gotten 4 coins instead of 3. It was just short-sighted. And then she's got that guild and another law prestige. So she's got 4 law prestige. Yeah, that's really good. Too bad she didn't take France, because then she'd be like set up to just do the votes and get some republics down there. I guess that goes there. Over to Hare Bear. It's really hard to see. All right, okay, so he would probably like to do a Western Ops. So he can move his papal elephant anywhere in the West. It probably would be smart to take care of Gutenberg here in Sid's tableau, but Tater is the one who most recently annoyed him. So what can he bother her with? So he can move his Inquisitor anywhere to the west. He could, you know, off one of her empires, but then he loses his Vlad the Impaler. And I think he wants to do more with the Inquisitor before that. I think the Crimean Goths card, he'll go and plop that on there. And then he'll behead it. Now where does that go after he gets... Where does the bishop go after he gets beheaded? Or does it just get to behead? Do I not need to move the bishop to do that? I'm used to the assassinate ability in Pax Pamir. Okay, Inquisitor, behead. This is opt to discard one card in any tableau. The location of the beheaded card must share it. Okay, so I was not looking at this right. But what this will do, if he puts this on the Flanders Guild, is it makes it so it can't do anything. And then he can behead any Hungary card. You know, that would be kind of fitting if he used it to just get rid of Hungary itself. Yeah, that's actually a good thing to do. So this card goes away. Hungary goes back to the pot, which gives him the patron advantage again, and takes away what she took from him. It's like, if I can't have it, you can't have it, kind of idea. All right. And then what other ops does he have? He has some commerce. I think he'll go ahead and do that. And then he could campaign, but he has nothing in the Papal States. So he'll take 2 coins from the west. That's all the coins that are left. All right, and now that he's got some coins, what does he want to do for his second action? The Swabian League is an interesting card because it puts down 2 knights in the Papal States, but the Papal States seem like they can only fit 1 knight. Am I reading something wrong? Let's look at putting down tokens. Purchase, play, and place agents. 1 shot. Place bishop. Place into your choice of cities on the map card specified. If you choose a city occupied by token, you must repress it. Yeah, so this card has 2 knights on it for the Papal... Oh, it's the Holy Roman Empire. I was thinking Holy and Roman and thinking of the Papal States. But it's not the Holy Roman. Okay, all right, that makes more sense. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's look for some patrons. Maybe a good goal for you is to get some patrons and then keep other people down so that they can't win, and just get some patrons. Now, I'm not seeing any patron cards out there. There's a coronation card, though. Heck yeah, let's grab that. And that'll get you a patron. So he has this card. He can't use it yet because he already did his Western Ops. A comet appears! Do you see it? The astrology of Nostradamus. Whew! I didn't think it was that close. But I guess it is. Okay, so now we got to be thinking about victory, because someone could flip a victory card. So they have to take a comet. They could do it with they could do it all in 1 turn, but they can't like get to their win condition all and then also do it, because it's going to take 2 actions. You got to take the comet, which flips the victory card you want to use, and then you got to take a victory action. So it's Stubby's turn now. He's got 2 cards. He could set himself up for victory on his following turn. And I think that's probably what he'll do. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and get Jihad in the east. Would that give him Mamluk? Let's look at the size for a Jihad. Okay, and the card next to this map card specified these agents plus all knights. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Okay. All right. So there's no like he could do it in Mamluk, but it would just kill off both of those. I don't think it's worth it to do a Jihad, really, unless he could do something else in Mamluk. But he can go ahead and play both of these. And that's going to give him 2 Islamic prestige and also 2 bishops. So he's going to, which helps Islam. All right. So 2 bishops here. So on his next turn, if the comet moves down, because right now he can't afford to take the comet, he could potentially win. All right. Sid has something to say about that. Maybe. Here's Sid's hand of cards. Okay, good Jihad in Hungary. There's nothing to fight in Hungary. Peasant revolt in Portugal. She already has Portugal. Or she has the Black Army in Hungary. Huh. She could use the Black Army to get rid of these guys, and then use the Handsome to get rid of the Black Army, and just return it to its original state. But that's probably not going to do a whole lot. I just like that idea. All right. Ooh, now we have a trade shift card right here. I didn't even see that. Let's take a look at that. Okay, this trade shift card switches to Timbuktu, which is right here. That doesn't help her. Well, it actually puts her first on the trade route. So maybe that does kind of help her. But she's got to be worried about Stubby right now. Well, if she's buying in the east, that should be okay. All right. And that also gives her Eastern commerce. And I'm just looking at her cards here a second. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. This Eastern route here has got so many coins. Should probably change out some for a 5. That's great. And I think she'll go ahead and just play this one. In case someone else wants to do a trade shift, she'll just get the first crack at it. And it's actually still not bad for Hare Bear to choose a trade shift because he still gets a lot out of it, but she's also going to get more. Poor Byzantium has just lost its flowers. All right. Oh, is there anything else in that card? Just the trade shift, and there's a commerce ability. Okay, Ottoman Navy. We're going back around to Tater as in Tot. Okay, she sees that comet now too. She is not set up for victory. And she lost her thing. She does have the most law still. Yeah. And she has 4 law still. So she could, I think here's what she should do. Well, she doesn't have the money to take the comic card, but maybe she'll get some money by doing this. I think she needs to do some Western ops, which she could vote. Oh, but the vote costs money, doesn't it? She's short on money. Well, she can do the Western trade route, get some money. That wouldn't be a bad idea. And you know, last time I did the Western trade route, I don't think I discarded a card. But we're in the future now. Use this op to pay to China. That's weird to call it China. A number of florins equal to the empire's repressed tokens. Oh, okay. So she doesn't have to pay anything to do this. So she could turn 2 of her kingdoms into republics, and then get some commerce, buy the comet card, choose her kind of victory to be flipped over, stop Stubby from winning, and also makes it so that on her next turn she'll be able to take a victory action. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so she's going to do Western Ops, which gives her, commerce-wise, she's got one. She'll take one right now. She'll vote to flip over Habsburgs to the Reichstag Imperial Diet, which will vote to flip over Henry the Navigator to the Cortes Generales of Castile. And that gives her a number of other commerce, actually. So she's done 2 votes. She'll get the rest of these coins here. And then she's going to use those coins. Oh, she doesn't have enough. Still doesn't have enough to take the comet. Curses. Because they're just if there were more coins on the market, she would have been able to. But as is, she doesn't have enough. Okay. Oh, shoot. She's set up for next turn, though. Okay, what else do you want to do then? You want to run the Western trade route? No. That's just $2, $2 more. Do you want to get another card? Maybe. Let's see what we have. She doesn't want these cards to go down, but she wants some more money. And I don't think you can do the ops twice. Can you? Well, doing the ops twice wouldn't even help. She could siege in Byzantium. I don't know what good that does. Oh, that card, she shouldn't have been able to have. This card's on the wrong side. It's an eastern card I put in the west. I don't know what to do with her next turn. Her next action. I think she wants to focus on the east right now. Yeah. She doesn't want this to go down. I'm kind of just going in circles here. Well, you know what she could do? I think this is what she'll do. She will... So when she was doing the ops, she had a siege. So she could have sieged in the east. She'll siege in Hungary. And then pick up Saint Stefan Selmer. Why not? Gotta do something. Okay, onward to Hare Bear. Hare Bear doesn't have a way to win right now, I don't believe. Oh, and I made a mistake. She shouldn't have been able to activate those ops. But he does have a card. Oh yeah, so he was going to do some mailage. And he also doesn't want to buy cards from the west, because what's keeping Stubby from winning is just this comet not moving down. Anne of Brittany. Okay, France, England, Aragon, HRE. Are those all... Oh no, he can get France. So he'll go ahead and get France. Now he has 2 kings. Yeah, Sid has the most kings. Sid actually, if she could get one more king, now that Tater committed to republics, she would be able to win on that. Okay, so he did that. Played that card. He wants to get a concession right here. He will pay this one off. Put his own down. And then for his next action, I think he wants to try to get an Eastern card as well. His Western ops aren't too great currently. You know what he would actually like to do is he'd like to do an Eastern trade fair. That's what he's going to do. Okay, so we add 2 to the trade fair pot. And Sid's going to get 1. And then going to plop a knight down here. He's going to get 2. And then another one. And that's the trade fair. And then this card, we're just going to move that one out of the way. Slide these down. Whoop. Okay. That's Hare Bear's turn. Okay, so Stubby, if he wants to get that comet, so he needs to get some money. He can do Eastern commerce, Eastern ops. It's 1, 2. That's 2 right there. That's not enough. Stubby, that's his story. He's just always short on funds. Then does he want to? Now these bishops are here. Do those stop those cards from working? Here, let's look at his Eastern ops. I should probably show you what I'm talking about instead of just looking at it and think that you can see through my eyes. Inquisition. Either from one tableau to an adjacent card in the same tableau. Okay, so adjacency does matter. Or to another card in any tableau that has the same location. Okay, I get it. Diet of War, pacification. Oh wow, I didn't see this rule. So if you move it to an Empire card that has a repressed token, you can kill it. Yeah, okay, so it makes it so its other ops don't work. So he's going to go ahead and move his bishops because they only allow for bishop ops to work. Now, where does he want to move them? And when there's silence, it just silences ops. It doesn't silence prestige. I think he's going to try to bother Sid and Tater because Sid's kind of competing for Islamic prestige and Tater is just doing pretty well. Alright, so he'll move this one up to here and move this one to the Ottoman card. Okay. That was one action. He still needs 1 coin to be able to win on his next turn, so that's going to be his goal right now. And he could do that if he represses and uses a repress action in the Ottoman Empire. Western ops. So let's look at repress to see what things are. Repress. If the Empire of that card is not in play, Okay, so he's going to just go ahead and repress this knight to the Ottoman card with his bishop, and he gets a coin for doing that. That's the whole reason he did it. Alright, we're going to do Sid, and I think that's going to be it. Let's see how we're doing on time. Yeah, we've gone a little too long. I apologize. Okay, so Sid, with their hand of cards, with not enough money to take the comet. The only person who has enough... so both of the men have enough money to take the comet. Okay. So looking out, she could get the Grim, which would allow her to compete with Stubby for Islamic prestige. If she gets the Grim, she also has a card in hand that would help. Well, we're looking back over here now. So she could take this card. She has this one already. She could also not take Portugal. Yeah, let's have her work towards that, just to compete with Stubby on this thing. Does she want to spend her coins on it? Oh, you know what? Nope. Oh yeah, this card is very good because she could get hungry with it. Yep. Okay. She's going to play that. The Handsome gives her that prestige, so now she's tied with Stubby, so he can't win. And it allows her to do a jihad. Oh, a jihad there's not going to take it for her. Oh well. Because there's nothing for her to fight against. You know what though? Actually, she could do it if she played this one first. No, because that also doesn't make them fight. That's okay, they don't have to fight. She plays that one first. She just puts down one of the knights. Then she plays the jihad. Now, does this count as, does she get control of the card when she does the jihad or not? That might not matter. Let's take a look at jihad again. Oh, hi, Heroic Logic. How's it going? Sorry if you wrote that a while ago. I didn't see that. Yeah, Pax Porfiriana, that's what I'm going to play next after this one's done. I haven't played that one yet. I'm really enjoying this one, and I enjoyed Pax Pamir. I think this one's more my speed because it's a little less abstract, but and it's just a little more, I don't know. But they're... Pax Pamir, I think, would be probably more fun with other people, I think that one, but this one I think works better solitaire for just the way I think about things. Okay, so we're looking at jihads right now. Trigger a religious war in the location. This creates a battle. Bloody roll, pressures, ruling. Okay, effects. Okay, map card. The other side. Okay, it does do a regime change. I think that means she would get the card. Your tableau. Yeah, okay. Yep, just as I thought. I wanted to make sure though. So Hungary, where is Hungary? I mean, we know it's right there, but where is it on the... Who controls Hungary? Oh, Hungary went back over here, so she's just going to get it. All right, so that happened. Then there was the jihad, which is going to make it like this, essentially. And then she gets Hungary on her side, which she can go ahead and pay to get rid of. Does it really matter? None of the trade routes are going through there. So I think she's just going to go ahead and put her concession right there on the map. And then that was 2 actions. So I think we're done. So next time on the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament, we have this Comet card up here. If you don't know that, that activates the win conditions. Win conditions are up here. We talked about them at the beginning today. You can't use the victory action until you have a win condition active, and you have to qualify for that victory. Right now, I think maybe Tater as in Tot qualifies. I don't even remember. But so next time could be the last one for Pax Renaissance. It could not. It could be very short potentially. It could be just 1 turn since Tater's going to act next. But that's going to be it for this time on the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament. Oh, nice! Sorry, I'm done playing, but I'm going to just comment to Heroic Logic that I'm very excited that you got the Real People cards. Are you actually going to like videotape and do all that, or like I would be interested in talking to you more about your tournament. Maybe I'll go down and type to you if you're going to still be around. It'll just be a second, because I'd like to hear about your intentions for your Real People tournament. All right. So I'm going to stop streaming, but I'll come down to the room. I think you can still chat in there.